Let's dive into a really profound story. A story about a blessing so powerful, so revolutionary, that it shattered one of our oldest and most destructive inventions, the scale of comparison.
Just think about it for a second. We live in a world of endless metrics, right? From social media likes to performance reviews at work, we are constantly being measured, weighed, and ranked. But is that really the true measure of a person?
Well, this feeling, this pressure, it has a name: the tyranny of comparison. It's this universal affliction, isn't it? It's like we all carry around this set of broken scales and we use them to judge ourselves against others, and it almost always leaves us feeling like we've come up short. To really understand how to break these scales, we have to go way back. We're going to turn to the book of Bereishit. That's the Hebrew name for Genesis. And I want you to think of this ancient text not just as history, but more like a laboratory for the human condition, where all of these fundamental struggles play out in their rawest, most honest form. And if you look closely, you'll see this common thread, a fil rouge, a red line, of jealousy that runs right through the book. It starts with the very first brothers, Cain and Hivel, where comparison leads to absolute tragedy. It flares up again with Yosef and his brothers, where something as simple as a special coat sparks this fire of envy. And this whole destructive pattern, it brings us to our final and most crucial test case, the story of Ephraim and Menashe.
So let's set the scene. Picture this, an aging Yaakov. He's at the very end of his life, and he's about to give a final, incredibly important blessing to his grandsons, the sons of his most beloved son, Yosef. Everything is perfectly in place for a conventional, orderly transfer of his legacy.
And Yosef, well, he does exactly what's expected. He's a man of order, of protocol. He places the firstborn, Menashe, at his father's right hand. That's the hand of the primary blessing. And the younger son, Ephraim, is placed at the left. It's logical. It's correct. It's by the book.
But then, something truly extraordinary happens. Yaakov, who's nearly blind, deliberately crosses his hands. His right hand moves to the head of the younger son, Ephraim, and his left hand moves to the firstborn, Menashe. He intentionally, purposefully inverts the entire established order.
Yosef is completely alarmed. He sees this as a mistake, right? An error from a failing old man. He actually tries to correct his father, to put his hands back in their proper hierarchical place. You can almost hear the panic in his voice. "Not so, my father," he insists.
But Yaakov's response, this is where we see that it was no mistake at all. In fact, it's a profound teaching, a revelation that is about to change everything.
His response is one of the most powerful in the entire Torah. He says, "Yadati v'ni, yadati." I know, my son, I know. Now, this isn't just him saying, "Yeah, I heard you." It's a deep, double affirmation. He's saying, I know who the firstborn is, I understand the protocol, but I also know something much deeper, something you can't see.
And here's the crucial point. Yosef was looking at rank, at external status, at the hierarchy. But Yaakov was looking past all of that. He wasn't measuring the boys relative to each other. He was seeing the absolute, intrinsic potential, the unique soul mission of each one individually.
This brilliant insight is explained by a core concept from Hasidic thought. That's a mystical branch of Judaism. And it's a secret that really unlocks this entire story, the secret of the Shemen. So Shemen is your inner oil. It's that indestructible part of you, your absolute essence. The great Rabbi Tzemach Tzedek teaches that a person is measured by their root, not by their branches, by their core potential, not by their external achievements. And think about it. It's like oil on water. No matter how much pressure you apply, you can't submerge it. It always rises to the top. That's your essence.
In this moment, it establishes a whole new world order. The blessing that Jewish parents give to their sons to this very day actually cements this revolution in values. They say, "May God make you like Ephraim and then Menashe." The younger is deliberately named first, forever breaking the tyranny of birth order and external status.
So what does this ancient story mean for us, right now, in our lives? Well, it invites us to reframe our entire life's mission, to see our path not as a ladder, but as a plane.
Just look at this contrast for a moment. The ladder, l'shel, that's a life of relative value. You're always looking up or down at others. It's competitive by nature, it's fueled by external validation, and frankly, it is a constant source of anxiety.
But the plane, la plane, that's a life of absolute value. It's individual, it's based on your own internal purpose, and that is a deep source of meaning. Let's just boil it all down to this. The life of the ladder constantly asks, how do I stack up against everyone else? It's exhausting. But the life of the plane asks a totally different question. It's a creator's question. What is the unique territory, the special garden that only I have been given to cultivate in this world? And that is the final thought I really want to leave you with. This isn't about ignoring achievement. Not at all. It's about grounding it in something much deeper. It's about discovering your own indestructible essence, your Shemen, that simply can't be measured on anyone else's scale. So, the question is no longer, how do I stack up? The real question is, what is the mission of your plane?